All right, going live. It says you're live. Yo, what's up? Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Real quick, let's welcome back Prop Beaver. Returning from his trip to Pittsburgh, he came back with a cheap pair of sunglasses that look like shit on him and a Pittsburgh Pirates hat that I think he thinks looks good.
He does.
You're gonna tell me this Pirates hat ain't a freshie? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'll take the diss on the sunglasses. Don't you dare be talking about that Pirates hat like that. This shit fly.
The hat's fine. It's the hat with the combination of your face and those glasses just throws everything off.
I know. I mean, I think if I slim down a bit, the glasses would look a little better on the face. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but the hat, I could have the fattest head in the world, and I'll tell you what, this hat would look fantastic.
All right. So Prop Beaver's back. I do have to say to Prop Beaver, though. Oh, man, my screen cut off in the back. Oh, there we are. I do have to say to Prop Beaver, though, he looks like he came back with some newfound confidence.
Yeah.
He left on a bad note. He had a real rough night before he left.
I got
no
pummeled.
worries. Me and Toast have the networks on our backs, and we're carrying it.
Yeah.
While Prop Beaver's along for the ride. But I think with this newly found confidence, he might dish out some smoke today.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this isn't the sexiest slate I've ever seen. This is not the Eva Longoria of slates, but we'll make do with whatever. I'll make do with a 6. Let's get after it.
All right. Could you put the first game on the screen because you have Rockies Padres up?
This is the first game in my heart, baby. All right, so let's go to that game.
The first game should be Reds at Marlins. Yep. I'll start us off. All right, Reds at Marlins, and hell yeah, I'm going to continue to back the Reds here. Beaver, I have the Cincinnati money line at -103 for 0.75 units. Simple question. Why would I stop backing the Reds right now? They just took 2 out of 3 against Baltimore, who's been hot for a month and a half, maybe 2 months now. And they look pretty damn good doing it. The bats are hot. Now they have the Marlins. There's just no reason to stop backing Cincinnati here. The Cincinnati Reds are 7th in Major League Baseball in OPS in the past 2 weeks. Telling you, like I said, these bats are hot. Now, here's where you get into a little bit of trouble in this game, and I don't want to overthink it. I'm just going to bring it to your attention. This is a super square play here. There's definitely some weird line movement going on and added elements with the trade deadline. Who knows what's going on? But at 11 a.m., this line was Miami -127. And I mean, how? I don't know how you put the Marlins that far favored above the Reds. I think this line should be Cincinnati -125 personally. So that's a little sketchy. Definitely weird to have that much line movement. Combine that with the fact that it looks like Cincinnati's going to be a pretty public dog here. This is not that sharp of a play. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be on the Reds. But I'm not overthinking it. I'm going with this hot lineup because they cast for me 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. Ride with them again on the Reds money line. Beaver, welcome back. Tell us what you think.
I think this game is giving me a goddamn headache because, first of all, I would love to throw bands at Miami here. Personally, I think that Jesus Luzardo is a lot better than people are giving him credit for. He had a few bad games when he was pitching back in April and May, but he looked solid for the most part, and now he's facing a Reds team. You want to know what he did the last time he faced the Reds? 6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed. Boom, bada bop, boom, bam, pow. 8 Ks.
He hasn't pitched in 3 months.
And that was 2 years ago.
That was last year, Toast, but thank you. And then on top of it, Hunter Green just faced Miami in his last start. He went 6.1 innings, I'll give him that. But he allowed 9 hits and 2 earned runs. Toast himself said that they were very, very lucky to only get 2 runs off of Hunter Green. And I think they're going to get more off of him today. If you look at the past 6 of 8 righties to face the Marlins, they've allowed 3+ earned runs. And if you look at Hunter Green's last 7 games, he's allowed it in 5 of those games. I'm not going to go too crazy on this game. It's a hard one. So I'm going to go with Green over 2.5 earned runs. I did earned runs at +120. I mean, it's hard not to throw at least a half unit on that one. I would love to throw on Miami still, but I don't like how all the money's on them, and I don't like the reverse line movement. Just going to play a little safe here.
All right, real quick. I have 0.75 units on my bet, not 0.5.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
And also, Beaver, a.k.a. the first 5 Miami team total under Lord, is now taking Miami to score runs.
Yeah,
how the tables have...
I
One
just
trip to Pittsburgh. One trip to Pittsburgh. This is a completely different man.
Tell you what, man. Change up the strategy, man.
All right, Toast. What do you got?
So I'm on the Reds with you as well I'll take 0.75 units. Also, I just want to touch on Beaver's point about the Marlins facing them again. This is another scenario that's happened with Hunter Green. He faced the Brewers on the road, went 2 innings and gave up 8 earned runs. His very next start, May 10th, he faced those same Brewers, went 5 1/3, only gave up 2 runs. I think that Hunter Green is going to continue to get better. So I understand what all your numbers are going to tell you. But at the same time, look at the teams he's faced on the road. Atlanta, the Dodgers, the Rockies, the Brewers, the Pirates, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Cardinals. I mean, those are hard. Those are good teams that hit the ball hard. I don't see Miami fitting that bill. I can't get behind the Marlins today.
What do the Reds bat against lefties on the road? What are they in OPS? Oh, 28th. And they're 28th in OBP and every other category. Wait. What is the most amount of earned runs a lefty has given up to the Reds when they're at their home stadium? Oh, is it 2? It's 2. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be talking all that shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, Jesus Luzardo, the last time he pitched, Barack Obama was still the president. Bro, he hasn't pitched in mad long.
I'm just saying. If you want to clown on me, that's fine. Don't clown on the numbers, brother. Don't clown on the numbers.
Yo, I like that one comment. He was like, Beaver looked like he got some beaver this weekend. All right, next game.
Some dirty Pittsburgh Beaver. Greasy as all hell.
All right. Mets at Nationals is Mets is Nationals is next. Beaver starts off.
All right. Yeah, so in this game, I'm doing 2 things here. First of all, I'm going to do a little parlay of sorts. I'm going to do Mets, and I'm going to do Cleveland at plus 130. I'm going to do that for 0.75 units. I know everybody and their mother's betting the Mets today, but simply put, you got Patrick Corbin on the mound. You got Max Scherzer on the mound. Come on. I mean, if you look at Corbin and his record as a starter with the team, I believe they've lost 15 of his 20 starts this year. Just simply not good. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got Scherzer, and Mets are winning about 75% of his starts. I like the value there in terms of a parlay. And then, this is a little sharp, but okay. So I'm gonna go with the first 5 under 4.5 at minus 120, and I'm gonna put 0.5 units on it. And the reason I'm doing that is because Patrick Corbin. If there's one spot where Patrick Corbin is actually somewhat solid, it's at home. I know he's been pretty bad, but if you look at his history against the Mets at home, the guy's never allowed more than 3 earned runs, and his past 7 starts against the Mets at home have all hit that first 5 under. I think Max shuts it down on the side of the Nationals. They got to him a bit earlier this year. I think there's regression there. And then on top of that, the Mets are hitting better against lefties lately. I have some nice metrics for them, but I feel like everybody's on the Mets Johnson today with their team total over. I want to fade it in some way or form. I think the Mets win this game 4-2.
I'll go second. A lot of things you said are spot on, and I feel very similarly. I know it seems crazy, but I'm backing Washington here. Hear me out. You already know that I'm not scared to bet Patrick Corbin at home. This dude on the road has absolutely horrific numbers. At home, they're still not great, but if you look at his game logs, the dude does have some gems at home under his belt. You know who Patrick Corbin kind of reminds me of? Like a lefty Charlie Morton type, where a game at home against the division rival Mets, against Scherzer, like a revenge game with some motion involved. I can see this dude showing up and throwing a good game. Patrick Corbin isn't nearly as bad as his numbers show. And I take some blame in adding to that because I've been talking shit about the dude all year. But I have backed him and cashed playing him at home a few times. So, that being said, you want to add on the fact that the Mets have struggled to hit left-handed pitching all year. That's been their weakness, is their bats against lefties. Now, that being said, in the past 2 weeks, the Mets are 10th in the MLB against left-handed pitching. So right now, they're kind of picking it up. They are starting to hit lefties, but as a whole, this lineup has not been good against left-handed pitching. And also this Nationals lineup, it still sucks, but they've exploded for 7-piece, 6-piece. Like recently, they put up some runs, and now they've gotten blanked too. But something about that Dodgers series seems to have woken something up in the Nats bats. Again, I'm not crazy about this bet, but you ready, Beaver?
Yeah.
I'm doing a Washington plus 1.5 at plus 120 for 0.75 units.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, the whole world's on the Mets, like you said. And obviously, I like the Mets. I'm a Mets fan. So, I like the Mets to win this game. I just think value-wise that this is the most valuable bet I can find on the board.
Yeah.
Toast, what do you think?
Yeah, I hate saying it, but I agree with you. I'm taking the Washington plus 1.5 for a half a unit. Not only do I not really love the spot anytime a team has to go from Florida and then come back up to Washington. And then if you take a look at the last couple of games that the Mets have played in Washington, Nats won 4-2. Nats lost 4-2. Nats won 8-3. So at home against the Mets, they're actually playing pretty decent. And like Sauce said, they're actually in pretty decent form. Scoring some runs lately. It's just really hard to lay minus 150 with a Mets team like that. Obviously with the struggles of hitting left-handed, when you're betting minus 1.5, even with the road team at minus 150, 160 or whatever, I'm just priced out.
And one more thing I forgot to add. Scherzer versus the Nats. He only pitched against them once this year, and the Nationals scored 3 runs off him in 6 innings. There might be a little bit to that former team type thing. Now, I don't think Scherzer left the Nationals on bad terms. I don't think it was really like that, but still, battling against their former team, former lineup against a dude who left for greener pastures. There's a little bit of extra emotion there. I mean, look at what the Royals just battled the Yankees for 4 games against Benintendi in his new city. So, I mean, there's something there. I'm not, I know all the comments are probably calling me an idiot. That's fine. I'm not going to kick the door down to try to tell you to tail me here. Next game, please. Prop Beaver.
We got a sex bot in the comments going ape shit. But good thing.
I have to mute it. Hold on. All right,
yeah.
It should be muted now.
I just thought Naked HD was here for the good picks and fun, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, Naked HD comes in sometimes. Long time VIP there. What's the next game you have, Beaver?
I'm changing the logo right now, but it's Mariners at Yankees.
Mariners at Yankees. All right, Toast, you want to start us off here?
Love to. Seattle, money line. Plus 160 for a half a unit. Seattle, first 5 money line, plus 150 for a half a unit. I don't care what all these two are about to tell you. Look at Marco Gonzalez and what he has done. He has been nothing but consistent. He's had 2 bad starts in 2 months. And now we're getting him against a Yankees team that just played so-so against the Royals. Not to mention the fact they're coming off a loss. And then let's just overall take a look at it. Do the Yankees have the bats advantage? Absolutely, no question. Do they have the starting pitching advantage? No. Do they have the bullpen advantage? No. So if I'm going to get this Seattle team playing with house money, with the better pitching staff, I think right now, I mean, because let's be honest, like the Yankees bullpen is suspect at best right now. I'm getting a team that's playing with house money. I'm all over Seattle today.
I'll go second because I'm on the complete opposite side. I'm on the Yanks run line. Yeah, Yankees minus 1.5 at plus 110 for a full unit, Beaver. You got that?
Yeah, 1 sec. Yankees minus
1.5 at plus 110 for a full unit. Yeah, Domingo Germán sucks, no doubt. He's looked really rocky in both his starts this year. And Marco Gonzalez has been solid as hell pretty much this whole season. So, yeah, I can see Toast's angle. I see the angle where you could be like, yo, the Mariners have the pitching advantage here. But to me, we have to take into consideration the situation. The Yankees have been home for a week straight now. They're chilling, Took 3 out of 4 in the last series. Not to mention, against lefties, the Yankees are first in the last 2 weeks, first in the last month. This team has been murdering left-handed pitching for seems like forever. Really hard for me to back a left-handed starter against the Yankees right now. And as bad as Domingo Germán has been, I really think Marco Gonzalez is also going to be in trouble. So I think this pitching matchup, I got to give the edge to the Mariners and Marco Gonzalez, but I think it's a lot closer than people think. And then if we bring the bullpens into it, Seattle's bullpen has fallen off since their winning streak ends. Meanwhile, the Yankees, I know that there's been some scares recently, but overall, if you just break it down and look straight at the numbers, Yankee bullpen's been solid as hell. Top 5 in almost every single category. If the only edge the Mariners have is Marco Gonzalez over Domingo Germán, then I'm definitely on the Yanks here. Yankees -1.5. Where are you at, Beaver?
All right. So my first bet is going to be the first 5 under. Where did I get that at? Oh, 5.5 at -140. You could put 0.75 units on that. I don't think Domingo Germán is as bad as people think. First of all, he's much worse on the road. Let me just go ahead and say that. If you look at his career numbers, he is drastically worse on the road. Now he's going to be making his first home start at Yankee Stadium. And who are the 2 teams he played? The Mets and the Astros. Talk about 2 tough games to make your debut on the season. That's fucking tough. So I really think he's a lot better than people are going to go ahead and give him credit for. And then on top of that, what has Seattle really been doing lately that's impressing me? I'm not seeing it. The last 8 right-handed pitchers against the Mariners since break own a 2.47 ERA and a 1.02 WHIP. I'm really not all that impressed with this Mariners team right now. And then, as you were saying, Kyle, the Yankees are hot against lefties right now, but I do think Marco Gonzalez can keep them in check through the first 5. What I've been seeing a lot with these Yankees games so far is that there's a lot of scoring in the later half of the game. In the beginning, the Yankees kind of start off slow. They're like a little engine, like da-da-da, chugga-chugga, chugga-chugga, chugga-chugga. Then the 6th inning hits and like chugga-chugga-chugga. They go ape shit when it goes to the 6th inning. I think they're going to hit the Mariners bullpen, but I think the Mariners are also going to hit the Yankees bullpen. So give me the first 5 under. I think 5.5 is way too high. And I'm just going to avoid picking a side here. If Julio is playing, I'm taking the Mariners all day. The Yankees are 8-11 in the last 19, so I could definitely see why Toast is all over that Seattle money line at the price, but I'm just not impressed with their bats. I really am not. And also, Marco Gonzalez earned runs line at 3.5. That is fucking sus. I'm good off that.
All right. So we're all on different sides here. Let's cruise on to the next game.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I have next too. Beaver, why don't you start us off? You just ended.
Let me click some comments real quick. Why don't you or Toast go?
Toast, you start.
I'm all over Cleveland here today. I'm going to take Cleveland first 5 on the run line at -110. It was. I'm double checking to make sure it's -115 now. First 5 -0.5 at -115 for 0.75 units. And then I'm going to go Cleveland money line -155 for a full unit as well. I just like the way that Cleveland has been playing. Cal Quantrill is a guy that I can really get behind. Numbers aren't the best up and down, but at the same time, David Peralta was just traded from Arizona, so that's a really good bat that's going to be out of the lineup for them. And not to mention Cleveland, their last 20 games, 12-8. I do think they've been playing well in Tampa Bay. I mean, they're scoring runs too. I mean, go back to the Boston series, 8-8-2, then 4-4-5, all against Tampa Bay, all on the road. I don't love the fact that they are coming home off of a huge, long road trip, but at the same time, I just feel like Zach Davies is that bad. And Cleveland has just been rolling right now. There's no way I can get behind Arizona today.
All right. I'm in the same boat. I did the Cleveland first run line as well at 0.75 units. I didn't take the money line though, so just his top bet is the same for me. One thing I will say about Zach Davies is before he got hurt, he was starting to pitch well. That's the only thing that has me a little scared. He made 5 starts in the month of June and had a 2.56 ERA in those 5 starts. So if he comes back throwing like that, we might be in trouble. But first time pitching in a month and a half, I think we're safe here. That being said, the more I looked at it, the tougher it became to back the Diamondbacks here. Cal Quantrill's throwing for Cleveland, and yeah, we've all had ups and downs with this kid. but his numbers at home just do not lie. He started 10 games at home this year, Cal Quantrill. He's 5-0 with a 3.19 ERA in those 10 starts. So again, I know he's been shaky, but at home he's actually been pretty decent. And the one last thing, I know that Arizona's lineup has been on a bit of a hot streak. As you know, I've backed them a couple times. I cashed Arizona plus 1.5 last night. But it's the example I used, they got shut out. So probably a bad example. But Arizona's lineup has definitely been on a bit of a hot streak. But if you look at the numbers over the last 2 weeks, Arizona's like 8th, 10th, 11th. You want to know who's above them in every single major offensive category? Cleveland. Their bats are hot too. And against Zach Davies in his first start in a while, I really think Cleveland puts up 2 or 3 early and should cash his first 5. I think Cleveland wins the game too, by the way. But I just didn't bet it.
Really quickly, to go off of Sauce's point about Arizona scoring runs, they were scoring a shit ton of runs at home. Now, on the road against the Braves, not the easiest spot, but 4 runs in 3 games. Now they're back on the road again without Peralta.
On the road against a righty, too. Arizona's been real hot against lefties. So that's another aspect to it. But all right, so Beaver, you already gave a pick for this one.
I mean, I'm simply put all over the Guardians. I mean, Zach Davies is not a guy I like to back. I've been hawking the books for a K-prop line. I'm going to be probably placing a full unit on the under as long as it's not ridiculous. Because simply put, Cleveland doesn't strike out, and he cannot strike out a lefty to save his life. I really don't like the spot for Zach Davies coming off an injury. Guardians bats are hot. Guardians bullpen is hot. Cal Quantrill is much better at home. I mean, everything is working for Cleveland. And as Toast just mentioned, no David Peralta in the lineup. They just lost a bit of their pop, and they're going against a righty, which they've been pretty significantly worse against, considering how good they've been against lefties. This is easy.
Yep, agreed. Next game, please.
Best game of the day.
I'm going last.
Let's go first then. I don't know what you're seeing, but
yeah, no, I'm being very, very sarcastic. What am I doing for this game? Oh God, Jesus Christ! I'm just gonna go with the first 5 over 4 at -120, and I'm gonna put a half unit on it. Tariq Skubal, when he goes to Minnesota, has been quite frankly terrible. Last 3 road starts versus the Twins, 0-2, 8.16 ERA, 1.61 WHIP, just a 15K percentage. He's not striking guys out. The Minnesota bats can hit lefties. Have they been a little bit colder against them than the start of the season? Sure, I will definitely admit that. But I think they could get at least 2 runs off of the guy. And then Aaron Sanchez, I can't say a nice thing about him. I can't say one nice thing about this guy. He's stunk all season. He has been absolute dog water. And in every single game in every game he's played except one, he's given up 3+ runs through the first 5. So as long as Scoops gives up 1, we'll push. If he gives up 2, we'll cash. That's my thought process with this one.
No. I'm on the Twins here. Minnesota money line at -141 for a full unit. I'm on the Twins despite Aaron Sanchez twisting.
Twisting. Nice.
I meant to say trusting. Whatever. That's why I've written down. I'm on the Twins here, but despite Aaron Sanchez pitching, I don't trust Skubal anymore at all. And apparently neither do the sports books. Look at the price tag on this game. I mean, the Twins at -141 favorites when you have the Tigers, quote-unquote, ace against a spot starter for the Twins. That just shows you what the sports books think about Tariq Skubal. I like it even more that Skubal's coming off back-to-back good starts, though. It's like the table's perfectly set for an explosion of 6 runs from the Twins. He pitched well at home against San Diego, but the Padres can't hit lefties that well. And then he went on the road and pitched well in Oakland, who that lineup's showing signs of life. So those are 2 good starts. Perfectly primed for a bad start. His 2 starts before those 2 were awful, too. So Minnesota, despite going through a hitting slump, they're still 9th in the MLB in OPS against lefties in the past couple weeks. And I know that like some people are seeing Minnesota is returning from a road trip here and are thinking it's the perfect spot to go sharp on Detroit. But with the Twins in the middle of the slump, I actually think returning home could work in their favor, kind of be like an attitude adjustment or maybe just like an energy shift. So I definitely like the Twins here. I'm happy to fade the Tigers on the road against a righty in any circumstance.
Trey
Tell the
Mancini.
world, Beaver.
Yeah, Trey Mancini just got traded to the Astros.
What?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
And Frankie Montas just got traded to the
I
New
didn't
York
see that.
Yankees. I did.
Oh, fuck.
So I thought Mancini was going to be a Met for sure. And now he's a bad guy. Watch out. Oh, baby.
Damn.
Oh, baby.
The Yankees got Louis Trevino, too. Damn. All right. Fuck.
Oh, baby. You guys, whew, the bad boys are, oh, baby. The fact that I have futures on them just makes me a very happy camper right now. Holy cow.
All right.
My bet for this game, I don't really love it that much. I did an SGP, Twins plus 1.5 over 5.5 at minus 105. And I'm only doing it for 0.75 units. I do think the Twins win today, and I don't want to lose too many units off the sauce because he's got a full unit on there. Twins just play a lot better at home. And again, like they already all covered it. As much as I would love to take Scooble here at plus money. Again, and I don't really like the spot for Detroit either, having to come out of Toronto as well. So, yeah.
One thing I will say
right.
that will definitely back your guys' case a little bit, Aaron Sanchez is significantly better against lefties, and there's going to be 6 of them in that Detroit lineup. Reason I'm going with that first 5 over anyways is because of how pissy he is, but I'm just saying that should help your guys' bets cash pretty easily.
Don't you guys love how Beaver took the time to bash Aaron Sanchez for like a half hour and then didn't even bet the Tigers like a complete jamoke?
What do you mean? No, Tariq Scooble's going to get shelled today. Why would I do that?
All right, so you faded both pitchers. I follow.
Yeah.
All right, Baltimore at Texas. Prop Beaver, start us off here.
Yeah, so this is a pretty tough one for me, honestly, because I don't like fading John Gray at home whatsoever. I actually hate it. So I'm just betting this light. I'm going to do Baltimore money line plus 140. Let's throw a half unit on that bad boy. And the reason I'm simply going to do it is because the Baltimore bullpen has been very nice, and they've been so for the past month or so. They've just been consistently cruising along, while that Texas bullpen has been reeling. And Spencer Watkins, I'm a splits man myself. If we're to look at splits, the single best spot for Spencer Watkins is on the road at night. He's been lights out in those scenarios. Now he faces a Texas team that is quite good against righties as of late. They're in the top 7 of most ranks, but they are about as inconsistent as it gets. At plus 140, it's really hard for me to pass up on the Orioles here. As long as John Gray doesn't go, I don't know, God mode, and Spencer Watkins doesn't get shelled, I think that the Baltimore Orioles can hit that Texas bullpen late and secure a win for us at plus money.
Toast?
Couldn't agree more. First, Baltimore money line for 0.75 units. Honestly, guys, I'm going to continue to ride Spencer Watkins until he gives me a reason not to. This kid's been fantastic, and even against Tampa Bay, his last start, we still got the win, and he gave up 3 runs. He did just see Texas, went 6 2/3 and only gave up a run. Again, I obviously Baltimore's lost a couple, and I've said, be careful when you let the air out of the balloon. But I just think that at this price, with the Texas Rangers team that I'm almost 99% sure that Seager's not going to be playing today, so you're getting a watered-down Texas lineup. Even without Mancini in that lineup, I'm still all over Baltimore.
You can copy and paste Toast bet right to me.
Who did the Mets trade for? I just got a comment. Beaver, are you still taking the Mets since the trade today? Who did we trade for? I didn't see anything.
I don't know. Mets trade. Typing it into Google.
I saw nothing. I saw that Jankowski got claimed by Seattle. He used to be a Met.
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, so I have the same bet as Toast. And they literally, Beaver said one of my reasons and Toast said the other one. Can't sleep on Spencer Watkins. He did get hit up a little by Tampa Bay, but A, they won that game, and B, his 5 starts before that were all good. 5 straight good starts in a row. He just pitched against the Rangers, like Toast said, blanked them. The only thing that worries me, and Beaver covered this as well, John Gray at home is 4-0 with a 2.93 ERA on the season. Definitely tough to fade him at home. But to me, again, Beaver covered this. The X factor is the bullpen. Texas Rangers bullpen was good about 5 or 6 weeks ago. It has completely fallen off. Meanwhile, the Orioles bullpen is getting hot again. So I'm definitely on Baltimore money line for 0.75 units.
I was wrong. Seager's back in the lineup today, guys.
I was on Baltimore before I even knew he was missing.
Okay.
Next game, please.
All right. I'm still not seeing any Metsling, and somebody else said there was.
Royals at White Sox. Beaver, go first.
Oh, okay. Well, you know me and my walk bets, baby. We're back. We're back on the walk train, baby. We're going Brad Keller under 1.5 walks, and we're doing that at plus 100. The reason I'm gonna do that is because, simply put, the White Sox can't draw a walk to save their life. It's literally insane. The last 14 or 15 righties against the White Sox have gone under this total. So you're going to give me in a plus money, I'm going to bet it, okay? I'm a man of stats. I'm a man of pride. And Brad Keller, as garbage as he is, does not walk against the White Sox. He only owns a 5 BP percentage against the current lineup. And in 2 starts against them this year, 0 and 0 walks. So I like my chances here with that plus money. And then I am going to go, this is a bit heavy, but I'm going to drink the juice here. I'm going to go with the White Sox on the money line at minus 162. Oh boy. I'll put a full unit on that one. I just think that Michael Kopech, everybody's saying that at times that he's been falling off or whatever. I feel like he's actually starting to get into a little bit of a groove lately. And I really like what I've seen from him as of late. I think the Royals played over their head in that Yankee series because it was kind of like, all right, you took our best player. You think you could steal from me? I'm going to try and rough you up. But honestly, I'm just not getting the same sense going into this. That lineup is really not good. Michael Kopech against the current Royals lineup, 173 OBP, 429 OPS. His last 2 starts against the Royals have been pretty solid as well. I'm really just not seeing it. I'm not. And the White Sox bats are starting to hit a bit as of late, and Brad Keller's about as dreadful as it gets. But if Brad Keller does have a good start, here's another point I will say. That KC bullpen continues to be dreadful, continues to be a crux for this team. I think that the White Sox, praying to God, they proved me right today that they should win the AL Central, and it starts with a game like this.
All right, I'll go second. I was on board with everything you said, except for the last thing. Sleeping on the Twins a little bit.
Nah.
But there is a lot of action on the Royals here, and I'm guessing that's because of how tough they just played the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. They lost that series 3-1, but 3 of those 4 games, they were right in it to the end. They could have easily split that series or even won 3-1. So I think people are like, wow, the Royals team's playing with some energy. But the truth is, there was a little extra something in that for Kansas City playing against Benintendi right after the trade in his new city. So I think there was a little, in New York, in the primetime spotlight, I think there was a little extra on the line for Kansas City. I think they go back to being trash now. I'm not really buying it at all. And Michael Kopech is kind of, he started off the season doing this, and then he did this, and now he's doing this again. He was terrible. Well, not terrible. He was really hittable in June and July, I should say, despite a dynamite start. But his last 3 starts have been better. Not elite, but better. 3 starts in a row. Let's call them 3 reliable starts in a row out of Kopech. And I just think a home game against this bad Royals lineup is the perfect spot for him to really put up some good numbers tonight. Brad Keller's solid, and he's got solid numbers against the White Sox this year. But overall, like Beaver said, I don't think he's going to get enough help from the bats and the bullpen to really threaten my bet here. Here's my bet. Beaver, ready?
Yep.
SGP. Chicago White Sox money line. Under 13.5. It's at a minus 110. Nice. You know what? Put a half unit on that.
Okay.
And then put a half unit on the run line, which is White Sox minus 1.5. Let me get you the exact odds on that. And that is at plus 128 for another half.
Hold on. Beaver, I'm seeing White Sox at minus 145. You got it at 162. Can we get a line check here?
It's at plus 140, you psycho.
The White Sox?
Yo, it's even dropping. No. I'm sorry, no. wait a second. There's a lot of discrepancy here because I'm seeing a minus 158 on FanDuel, minus 145 on DraftKings, minus 160 on Caesars. It looks like this line is like all over the place.
All right,
well, DraftKings just went up to minus 150. So we'll call it minus 150 because DraftKings just went up to minus 150.
Yeah, minus 150 is more accurate.
That's a way better price to take it at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of books have it at minus 150. That's not cheating. That's legit.
All right, fair. Respect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yo, that White Sox run line is plus 128, Beaver.
Oh. All right, I'll change it now.
If you go to DraftKings, you can get it at plus 135.
All right,
it's crazy how some of these books are so completely different. Like, it makes you wonder, like, how they.
Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, and baseball's the hardest one because at football, everything's like you'll find like a minus 115 and be like, oh shit, everything's pretty like.
Does somebody have Sugma in the White Sox lineup? Why did the line change? What is good with that?
A bad case of Sugma going around that ball club.
Fucking the Rusa, man. Tell you what,
Beaver. I wonder if people clicked on this show, then opened it up to hear you talking about walk analytics, and they're like, "Oh no, they're talking about walks. I'm real good."
Listen, hey. If they don't want free money, that's fine with them. Nah, that's fine. All right. Nah, it's cool. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. All right. What do you want?
Toads, where you at?
I'm all over the White Sox game. I even wore the T-shirt of the Ponytail Gang, even though a couple of them have been traded by now. But Kopech is on the shirt. White Sox first 5 minus 0.5 at minus 110 for 0.75 units. White Sox on the money line at minus 150 for a full unit. And then White Sox Padres money line parlay at plus 150 at a half a unit.
Damn, he likes Chicago. Holy shit.
You like Chicago today. I really can't really add anything to what these guys said. I'm a big Michael Kopech guy. I think Chicago's playing pretty well right now. I really can't add any more than what you guys have already said, though.
Yo, it's tough to go third sometimes because you guys will take all the points before it comes to me. I mean, Beaver's points are usually wrong, but...
No, my points are right. My what I do with those points seems to be the problem. My points are correct.
The stats are spot on. The picks?
Yeah, I don't. Gets lost in translation.
Right, next game.
This is interesting. That is
funny as hell. Beaver will go on for like a minute and a half, giving like the most in-depth, well-balanced, analytical, description of the game ever, and then just give a horrible pick at the end.
and then I just pick something mean, dreadful. Yeah.
I'll be listening like, wow, that's a good point. Damn, that's solid. And at the end, I'll give his pick. I'm like, what? How did you get there? Anyway, Red Sox at Astros next.
Yes, sir.
I'll go first here. Man, I know I'm not alone. I think all three of us really wanted to bet Boston. I didn't, but I want to. Man. But the thing is, I just can't put a single one of my hard-earned dollars on Nathan Eovaldi to do anything. In his last 3 starts, since he's been back, he's been literally awful. He's got an ERA over 11 in those 3 starts. And now he's pitching on the road in Houston. I don't know if you're familiar with the Astros. That's not exactly a cakewalk. Now, here's what I do like. Louis Garcia is throwing for the Astros. And straight up, this dude hasn't been good at home in Houston this year. He's ready for this stat. He's pitched the exact same amount of innings on the road as at home this year. He has 49.2 innings pitched at home, 49.2 innings pitched on the road. Exact same. He's given up double the home runs, or nearly double the home runs, and nearly double the earned runs at home. Slugging percentage is over 100 points higher at home. So even though if you look at the ERA, it doesn't look like a huge discrepancy between his home starts and away starts, but it's there. He's given up a lot more power at home. Combine these 2 pitchers, throw in these 2 bullpens, especially Boston's bum ass. I don't see how this stays under the numbers. So you ready, Beaver?
Yes.
Over 7.5 at minus 115 for 0.5 units. And First 5 over 4.5 at plus 115 for another 0.5 units.
Okay.
And whoever wants to go second, go ahead.
Toast, may you please go?
Yep.
Okay.
I am all over the bad guys today, and I'm only going to do in the first 5, though. First 5, minus 0.5. What is it, minus 120? Yeah, minus 120 for a full unit. I don't care if Evaldi's at home, on the road, healthy or not. He does not pitch well against Houston. Houston just got a big jolt of energy with Mancini. I don't think he's going to play for them tonight, but that's got to have them feeling good. I just can't get behind Boston here tonight. So I don't really want to deal with Houston in the later innings because I know they use some of their bullpen guys against Seattle. I don't have those numbers up in front of me, but I know I watch those games. So focus on that bad pitching matchup for me. And I said a full unit.
Oh, okay.
He's rough with the unit count sometimes.
I'm only doing 50 things here, huh? Fucking douchebags. All right. Yeah. So I remember that entire Oakland series. I sat there looking at the lines. I bet Houston, I believe, 2 out of those 3 games, and I sat there thinking to myself, AJ, why didn't you just play it sharp? Why didn't you just look at the obvious signs and play it sharp? And I'm not going to make the same mistakes today. It's not happening. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Boston money line at plus 155. Is it a borderline insane pick? Yes, it is. I can't even.
It is.
I really can't even describe to you why I'm taking it. But this is just pure line movement. I'm looking at Nate Eovaldi's earned runs line, and it's barely juiced to the over at 2.5. He's been flying over that total. That makes no sense to me. And if you look at his pass against Houston, it makes even less sense. Just simply put, this is weird. I'm going to take the plus money. I'm seeing reverse line movement as well. Everybody and their mother's betting Houston. Alex Bregman's likely going to miss the game because his wife's in labor. So, I don't know. I'll take the half unit. I don't think Luis Garcia is all that. I'm just going to put it out there.
All right. Beaver showing us his cojones going with the Boston Red Sox money line.
You're right. Bregman won't be playing, but guess who steps in for his role? This guy named Aletnis Diaz. Got some pop in that bat.
Wait,
I bet you didn't know about Aletnis.
What's his name? Sugma McAss Cheeks? Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm going to clip that for when Boston's down and losing.
As long as it goes over the number, I'm cool with it.
That's fine.
Rockies have Padres next. Man.
I can start off
first, I guess. Oh, no, Beaver, go first.
All right. Yeah, so I'm riding with Mike Clevenger here. I actually love the spot for him. I'm going with Clevenger under 1.5 earned runs at plus 115. I got that for 0.75 units. And you may be saying, 1.5 runs? Jesus Christ, that's low. Yeah, for a reason, okay? Mike Clevenger is a pretty solid player. I know he's seen the Rockies twice this year, but if you're putting the line this low after allowing 2 through 2 innings and 4 through 6 innings against the Rockies, and now you're putting it at 1.5 with it barely juiced, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to take the under every single time. Do you know how bad the Rockies are on the road against right-handed pitching? They're about as abominable as it gets. So since June 10th, they're 28th in OPS, 28th in WRC+. They have the 6th highest K percentage. That's not good. But let's get deeper into it. Last 11 righties versus Rockies at home, 1.14 whip and a 1.91 ERA. That is pitiful. And if we're doing a whole season sample size here, the last 18 of 24 right-handed pitchers against Colorado at home have gone under 1.5 earned runs. Oh, and where's Mike Clevenger's best spot? Oh, I don't know. At home against some righties. The guy's got a 468 OPS, a 222 WOBA, has allowed 0 home runs, and most impressively to me, a 12.5 hard hit percentage. That is legit. I love the Padres here today, but I'm not going to pay that price. So I'm just going to go with what I think is the smart play mathematically, and I'll take that plus money.
All right. Toast, you want to go second?
Yeah, just really quickly, I thought this was kind of cool. Our friends, we always talk about Ballpark Pal, about Mancini going to Houston. If you look at his expected home runs, in Baltimore, he has 11, which is like the second lowest. In Houston, 22, the highest in the league. Man, Anyway, for this game, don't really love the spot. Like I said, I already have a bet with the Padres and whoever it was, the Astros or whatever, the money line. I'm kind of priced out at this game in a way. I'm going to take the Padres in the first 5, whatever the run line is, if it's not crazy. Sorry, my phone's taking forever.
It was like, I was looking at it earlier. It was like minus 140 something when I looked.
Yeah.
First 5 run line, minus 145, Toast.
Padres team total over 4.5 at plus 100.
I don't hate that. Here's the thing. What Beaver said was right.
For a half a year.
For me, what Beaver said was right about the Rockies lineup. I was looking at the same exact numbers earlier. They are just terrible away from Coors Field against right-handed arms. It's so bad. That being said, I also do think Clevenger is a bit overrated. I know Beaver loves this guy. But I mean, there's not a ton of like huge quality starts in there. There's a lot of 4-inning starts on his game logs. I'm not crazy about Clevenger, but I agree with the sentiment that the Rockies against righties on the road. So I'm betting in the same boat, but what I decided to do, I think the truth is I really don't trust either of these lineups too much. Padres bats, I've been very streaky. This will be the first game the Rockies play outside of Coors Field in a week. So nice little flat spot there. I think the Padres win the game. I used the Padres in one of my parlays. It's one of the VIP ones. In my opinion, the safest bet, though, Beaver, give me the under 7.5 at an even minus 110, and I'll put 0.75 units on it. Even if the Padres score 5 and Toast hits his team total over, I still think this under hits because what you said about the Rockies bats is spot on.
I think I like your bet too because honestly, Senzatella is pretty pissed, but if you look at Senzatella against the Padres, he's actually pitched extremely well in his career. I think he's got a sub 3.2 ERA. So yeah, I like that.
Also, and just to even give more credence to your under, you were talking about Clevenger's game logs. He had those 2 4s back to back, but besides that, 1 2 1 0 1 2. So, I don't think they.
What are you talking about? Was that earned runs you were reading?
Yeah.
But I was talking about innings pitched. That's what I was talking about.
Sorry, my bad then.
My point was that he's got some good numbers, but he's really where are the quality starts? There's 2 or 3 in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, anywhere from June 5th to 29th, he was working his way up. But once he's hit that 6-inning mark, he hasn't went under it yet.
Really? Hold on. Let me pull this up.
Pull it up, bro. July 5th against Seattle, 6 innings pitched. July 12th against Colorado, 5 and oh, there's your 1-5. Arizona 6, Detroit.
Okay, so you're right.
Arizona 6.
Since July started, he's gone at least 5 1/3 in all 4 starts. Regardless, still 4 starts is a small sample size, and in July he's got an ERA over 4. I'm not saying the guy sucks. I'm just saying I think he's a bit overvalued. That's all.
No, I agree. I think that it's more credence to your under, and I agree with your under because I think he's only going to continue to get better. Remember, he was out for 1.5 years, 2 years. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he starts pitching better and better. Right.
All right, let's cruise on to the next one, which for me, I have the next one is, Dodgers-Giants, last game, right?
So last game, Chiefs.
I'm very, very curious where Toast is on this one.
You already know what it is.
What do you mean?
He's been betting the Giants a lot. He's been betting the Giants a lot, and he likes Logan Webb against the Dodgers. So that's why I said it.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy, but I just can't get behind the San Francisco Giants team. Dodgers minus 1.5, plus 125 for 0.75 units. Logan Webb has been fantastic against the Dodgers. It's really hard for me to. I can't make a case and say that the Dodgers are going to get to Logan Webb. Fantastic. I will say though, 3 of his last 5 starts against the Dodgers have been at Dodger Stadium, where he's been fantastic. He had a good start at home, but he also had a bad start at home, where he went 3 2/3 and gave up 5. So at home against the Dodgers, it's more of a 50-50 thing. I think that also we're getting the Dodgers at a very good price with Andrew Heaney. I mean, when's the last time he pitched bad? I mean, I'll wait. I mean, I'm not talking to YouTube, but everybody in the comments, type it into Google and let me know because I see it as 8/12/2021 is his last bad start. Obviously, he was injured, but again, and if you take a look at what he's done against San Francisco, been lit up at Dodger Stadium, but the start in San Francisco, 6 1/3, 7 strikeouts, 1 run. So, do I like the Dodgers coming back from Coors Field? No. But do I trust the Giants and any way possible? Absolutely not.
I like what Toast said there. And but I did not. I'm not on the Dodgers though. I'm on the Giants money line just for a half unit at plus 120. What I'm saying is about why I like what Toast said is because I'm also on the first 5 under 4 at minus 110 for another half unit. I've actually put 7.75 units on the first 5 under 4 minus 110. Look, I'm on the Giants because the lineup has finally been producing. They took 3 out of 4 from the Cubs, and the bats were working. I mean, they weren't putting up 7s and 8s. They're putting up 4s and 5s. Also, Logan Webb's on the mound. The Dodgers did get to him a little bit in his last start, but he only let up 1 run. And this dude's numbers against the Dodgers in the past 2 years are unbelievable. He has no problem pitching against the Dodgers, especially at home. In my opinion, I'm going to take. I like this shot with the Giants money line. But the first 5 over with the Dodgers leaving Coors Field, going up to San Francisco against Logan Webb and this dude Andrew Heaney, who's let up like 1 run in all 3 starts combined this season. Yeah, I think the first 5 under is a really good bet here.
Alrighty. Yeah. All right. Rodion Romanovich. Let's chill in the comments, bud. What the fuck are we doing? Okay. So I got San Francisco first 5 money line at minus 115. If you're gonna give me Logan Webb at plus money at home, I will simply take it. That's about as simple as that gets. And then I got a Heaney SGP. So I'm going with Heaney 5+ Ks, but also 4+ hits allowed. He's only allowed 4+ hits in 1 of his 4 starts this year, but I know Andrew Heaney, and I'm sure all of you do. This is not some absolute stud we have on the mound here. Let's just be completely honest with ourselves. This is a guy who got moved to the bullpen last year because he was so garbage.
Look how mad Toast is. Look how mad he is.
Yeah, Buddy's disgruntled.
He didn't get moved to the bullpen because he was bad. He got moved to the bullpen because they got bigger, better arms, and they were stockpiling.
Who are the bigger, better arms? Dylan Bundy's grandma? Who the fuck are the bigger, better arms? The Angel staff was pissed last year. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Andrew Heaney got moved to the bullpen because he wasn't performing well. Okay, and let me finish. Let's get through this now. The guy has hit this K total in his last 10 of 11 road starts. I'm not even saying Heaney gets shelled here. I'm not even saying that. I'm asking the guy to allow 4+ hits. No, I'm not. You're on some clown shit right now. 4+ hits. 4+ hits is literally what any normal pitcher could do. He's not this untouchable force of nature. I refuse to hear it. And on top of that, when he faced the Giants his past 3 times, he allowed 7, 6, and 10 hits. And then in terms of Ks, he also allowed, he got 6, 7, and 10 Ks. He's flying over both of these totals. The Giants in their past, I want to go ahead and say 5 or 6 games have been struck out 5+ times. And then in their past, let's go ahead and look at it. I don't have the number exactly in front of me, but I believe it's their last 10 to 12 games they've hit. No, 13 to 16 games they've hit 4+ hits. It's 4+ hits. At plus 111, I'm going to put money on that every single time, especially 0.75 units. That's just simple.
So he's going to strike him out, and they're going to get hits off of him? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it happened 3 fucking times already.
I'm just trying to understand the play.
It happened 3 fucking times already.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
It's a basic concept. Hits and strikeouts, they both happen from a pitcher standpoint.
I wouldn't call that basic.
Hold on. On that note, I want to take an SGP. I'm going to take Heaney over 3.5 runs and Heaney under 3.5 runs parlayed. All right. No, get rid of that. Are you kidding me? That's not a real parlay. Get that off my sheet. All right, that's the last game.
Words are binding on this show.
That's the last game. Toast getting mad at Beaver for the Andrew Heaney comments made my day. That was awesome. When he started talking, Toast was like, I get so mad. All right. I don't know about you guys. I have a parlay to give out.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I asked Prop Beaver earlier today when I was on the phone. I was like, "Yo, bro, how come you don't give out a little K parlay on the show?" And he was like, straight up, he was like, "I don't like our viewers and I don't like hooking them up." And I thought that was a crazy take. So that's why.
That was verbatim too. Like, he's not lying.
I said word for word.
Yeah, I'm straight up.
All right, parlay. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So I have 3 dogs here, and what I want you to do is I want you to pick 2 of them in parlay, or take all 3 of these dogs in a 2-pick round robin. So however you want to type that up, Beaver. The 3 dogs are Baltimore, Boston, San Francisco. So again, my advice
Baltimore
is either take Boston, San Francisco, all money line. And my advice is either pick your favorite 2 and parlay them. It'll be plus 500 or better, or a 2-pick round robin. And if you don't know what that is, just type in what is a round robin bet, and I will be the first result. You'll see my face. Just click on it. I go into detail and explain it well. So, Toast, do you have a hit parlay or not today?
I don't have the numbers, but I can tell you the guys that I have going in it. Pete Alonso, Jake Cronenworth, Jose Altuve, Ahmad Rosario. It's going to be at least over plus 200. I can guarantee that.
Yo, is this comment section getting little race stuff here? Yeah, I got it.
Beaver.
Yeah, this
this
Rodion Romanovich fellow.
Yeah, I muted him. We're not playing those games here. All right, so Alonso, Cronenworth, and Rosario.
Who's the other one?
All right, Toast.
Altuve.
Okay. I like the Rosario one. I know he's 7-10 against the guy he's facing. I forget who it is.
Yeah, Pete Alonso. I can just do it really quick. Pete Alonso, 1.276 OPS against Corbin, 12-13 with 2 doubles and 4 homers. Cronenworth is 7-for-14 with the 1.44 OPS with 3 doubles. Altuve 7-for-21, and Rosario, like you said, 7-for-10.
All right.
Listen, Chiefs. Let me say something. It's not that I don't like you, that I don't have these K parlays ready for you. It's that I'm a very last-minute person. And I don't really get done with even picking the show's picks until 10 minutes before we kick off. So I don't have a fucking K parlay. But
maybe that would explain your constant all the time you spend in the red.
Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough. But I have faith.
All right, so that's it for today, right? We got the parlay round robin out there. Toast hit parlay. Beaver gives no extra bets because he's a scumbag. Thanks everyone for joining. As always, tomorrow's Tuesday, so you already know it's a loaded day. 15 games, one starting at 4. But we're not going to let that break. We're just going to go with our regular 4 p.m. time. VIPs, I'll give you the pick for that first game tomorrow around 2 p.m. So you'll have it. That way when the show starts, you'll already know what that early game pick is. All right. Once again, thanks everyone for joining. There was a ton of people watching today. Really appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow around 4 p.m. We'll all have fatter bank accounts, hopefully at the time. And hopefully Beaver is a let's go. All right. Everyone have a great night. Hit us up on Twitter if you need anything from us. Actually, hit them up on Twitter. Don't bother me. I'm kidding. You can hit me up. Talk to you guys later. Later, guys.
Peace.
And